YouTube, welcome back to another video, man. My name is MotionFX, and today I'll be just giving you guys a little week recap of February, just the first week. Yeah, we didn't really have the best week, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I'm gonna just get into this video and break down the trades I took this week. So let's get into the video. All right, so as you guys can see right here on the screen, this is the first trade we took for the week. This was on NAS 100. This was on Monday. We did end up going break even, but we did get a small profit because we took partials at TP1. But I'm gonna just break down the trade for you guys so you guys know exactly what I look for. So if you guys stay in tune with the YouTube channel, you guys know my strategy. Simple breakout strategy at 9:30 a.m. right? So all I'm looking for is a high and a low to be created before 9:30. The most recent high and the most recent low to be created before 9:30. So basically resistance and support, pretty simple. Now I'm looking to enter on the stock exchange, right? So the stock exchange market open. So New York session, the stock exchange market open is for me at 9:30 a.m. It might be a different time for you. I'm EST, so 9:30 a.m. EST. So if you guys want to know what time that is, just search it up on Google for your time zone. But yeah, so I'm looking for a high and a low to be created before 9:30, right? So normally every single day I come into the market at 9 a.m. right? So I'm gonna just mark up the candle, the 9 a.m. candle, just so you guys know where I came into the market. So as you guys can see on this yellow vertical line right here, that's the 9 a.m. candle. So that's when I came into the market. Now, as you guys can see, we have a high right here. This is the most previous high, and this is the most previous low before 9:30 a.m. This is the 9:30 a.m. candle right here, but we're gonna get into that. So we have our high, we have our low, so we have resistance. So we just mark that line as our resistance zone, and we obviously have a low right here, so we just mark that as our support zone, right? So we have resistance, we have support. Now all I want to see is price to either break above resistance or below support, but it has to be at 9:30 a.m. or for you, whatever time, right? Has to be at that time. It can't be at 9:29 or 9:28. It has to be spot on at 9:30 or anything from 9:30 to 10 a.m. right? So as you guys can see right here, this is literally exactly what happened. Price broke out. This is the 9:30 candle. We did kind of break out right here. As you guys can see, we did kind of break out, right? Let me just delete it real quick. So as you guys can see, we did kind of break out right here on this 9:30 candle, but it wasn't a good enough push for me to enter. So I entered on this, I think it was a 9:34 candle. Let me just go back and check. I had to go in the 1 minute time frame just so you guys can see. So I entered right here on this 9:32 candle, right? So we got a good push, entered on that 9:32 candle, and I had a 40-point stop loss, right? So my stop loss was right below here, right? And I targeted a 1 to 2 risk reward. So if I go back on the 5 minute time frame, right, and we go back to the trade, you guys will see price did go up, hit our TP1, which would have been a 1 to 1. I take partial profits and go break even at a 1 to 1. So price came up, hit our TP1, went break even, took half profit out, and then I just left the rest to go hit our full TP. And obviously you guys can see right here, price went up and literally came back down, stopped us out break even. So on this trade, I didn't really make the amount of money that I wanted to make, but I did make profit and I did not take a loss. So this day, I would say it's a W trade, right? This was on Monday, right? So this is just the beginning of the week. It wasn't that volatile. I wasn't expecting it to be that volatile, to be honest. As you guys can see right here, some news came in at around 10 and we had some crazy pushes to the upside. But my strategy is only at stock exchange open. That's just how I trade, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot of people in my comments talking about, oh, you're not doing it properly, this, that, whatever. Bro, everybody doesn't trade the same. What works for you might not work for me, right? So this is what works for me, so I'm gonna stick to what works for me, right? Anyway, so the next trade was on NAS 100 again, right? This was on Tuesday. We did take a minor loss just because we got faked out. This is a part of the strategy, to be honest. Like, if you guys are new to trading and you guys want to learn this strategy, keep in mind that fake outs are going to happen. You just have to be able to adjust, right? So we had our support zone, right? We came in at 9 a.m. So I'm gonna just mark it up again and go over this. We came in at 9 a.m., which would have been right here in this candle, that yellow vertical line. And as you can see, we have highs at this wick. and we also have lows right here. The reason why I put this as my low, because if we zoom out and we drag this line a little bit back, you see that price is literally respecting this zone, right? This is a heavy zone. This is a strong zone. As you can see, we rejected it multiple times right here, another time right here, and then as you can see, price rejected it again right here, pushed down, push up, came back down to retest that same zone, and then pushed up to make that high, right? So obviously we know we have a strong zone right here, right? So let me just go back. So we know we have a strong zone right here, so I just marked it as my support zone. Now at 9:30, right? So this is the 9:30 candle right here. At 9:30, we did break below that zone, so I entered on my short position. That's a part of my strategy. And as you guys can see, we got faked out and price came back up and stopped us out. Now, you guys got to understand, this is a part of this breakout strategy. Fake outs are going to happen, right? Like, it's just, but you're not going to win every single trade, but you have to learn to adjust. So we took a minor loss, and then normally when fake outs happen, price is literally going to go the opposite way, right? So as soon as we got price to break above this resistance zone, again, this is a part of my strategy. We want to see a breakout at 9:30 through 10 a.m. right? So this is literally a part of my strategy. This is why I took the trade, right? So this is the 9:35 candle, right? Price broke out to the upside. We entered on our buy position with our 40-point stop loss, target our 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and as you guys can see, we smashed, right? We made back that loss. We didn't lose a lot, to be honest, just because price action was kind of choppy, you know what I'm saying? So I just risked a little bit less, but thankfully, you know what I'm saying, we made back our loss, and it was a small loss, and we doubled the amount of money, right? So made it back right here, and yeah, we took a W on this trade. This was actually a pretty good trade, to be honest. So we took 2 W's so far into the week, and we have 1 L, right? So that trade on Monday was a W because we didn't lose any money. We did in fact make money, but we just didn't make the amount of money that we targeted to make, if that makes any sense, right? Took a small L, and then we made extra, right? So we made back that L plus more. This is why risk management is good, right? So we took 1 small L, and we're still up on the week. Now this is where the damage started coming in, right? So on US 30 on Wednesday, price action was literally so bad, and I actually, like, I forced this trade. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, right? So you guys know the strategy already. 9 a.m. I come into the market once again on this candle right here, that yellow vertical line, and we obviously have highs right here. We obviously have lows right here, right? Now all I wanted to see was price to either break above these highs, or I want to see price either break below these lows at 9:30, right? So as you guys can see, price broke above this high at 9:10, so I didn't take the trade. Remember, the strategy has to be at 9:30 a.m. through 10 a.m. So 9:30 through 10 a.m. After 10 a.m., nothing. Before 9:30, nothing, right? So 9:10, we broke above, right? As soon as price broke above, I seen that normally, okay, so this is how it goes. We have resistance, we have support, and resistance becomes support, support becomes resistance. This means that we have resistance, we have support, right? If price is to break above, then this recent resistance now is a support zone, right? So price would come back down and bounce in this zone, and that would be our new support, and this would be our new resistance. This high would be our new resistance, right? So we have a new resistance, we have new support. Same thing if we went to the downside, right? So that's literally what happened right here. Price went up, as you guys can see, broke above this resistance zone, and then as you guys can see, created support. And now what I did wrong was I forced the setup, right? So I obviously didn't see a clear resistance zone, right? If you guys can see, if I just delete this real quick, you guys can see there was no resistance zone formed, right? So what I did, I forced the trade, right? I shouldn't have done this, but I forced the trade. I went all the way back here to find a resistance, and obviously we did have a little high right here, but this is not a part of my strategy. What I want to see is the recent high before 9:30 a.m. and the recent low before 9:30 a.m. Remember that, right? This was not the recent high or the recent low, right? So I forced the strategy where I drew that as resistance, and this was the support from the recent resistance zone. And as you guys can see right here, if I go on the 1 minute time frame, because on the 5 minute you won't see it as good, so I just have to go on the 1 minute time frame to show you guys. As you guys can see right here, at 9:30 we did break to the downside, so I entered on a sell position with a 40-point stop loss like always, We hit our 1-to-1, but I did not take half profit and I did not go break even. The reason why is normally I want to see price to push past that 1-to-1 zone. I don't want to see it to just tap. As you guys can see right here, price literally just tapped it, right? Price didn't really push past it. What I wanted to see is price to break past it a little bit, and then I'll take some profit, go break even. So I didn't go break even. I didn't take profit because normally when price just taps it, price will just come back to our entry just to retest the entry and then keep pushing. And I didn't want to get stopped at break even for nothing, right? So I didn't go break even, and I didn't take half profit. Now I really should have just took half profit just to cut the loss down, but I didn't, and we took a L, right? Obviously you guys can see that price literally just reversed and stopped us out, right? Took out our stop loss and then was out, right? Now I did take another setup on this exact trade. The reason why was because I just thought it was a fake out, right? Like I said, normally whenever price fakes out, it goes in the opposite direction, right? So obviously price came down a little bit in profit and then came back up, stopped us out, right? So that's to me considered a fake out, right? So what I did, I waited to see a break of the resistance zone that I created from these previous highs over here, right here. So I waited to see a breakout of that zone, and as you guys can see right here on this 941 candle, we got the breakout to the upside. We entered 40-point stop loss again, and price literally came back down and just stopped us out, right? So we took 2 L's on this day, and it was just pretty much a bad day, but it was really my fault because I did force the setup, right? The setup wasn't there, obviously. We didn't have a clear resistance, right? Our support zone was clear, but we didn't have a clear resistance zone. So that's not a part of my strategy, right? I was forcing the strategy. So keep in mind, right? If you guys have a strategy and you have to if you have to look for your setup, then it's not there, right? If your setup doesn't just appear on the screen as soon as you hop on the charts, then it's not the right setup for you to take, right? That's forcing your trade. If you have to look for your setup and, you know what I'm saying, that's no, right? So I obviously forced this trade, and this resulted in the week being an L, right? The reason why is because I kind of did risk a little bit more in these trades. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, because I mean, on the news calendar, looks like it was gonna be a good day just because of the amount of volume that I saw. But the reason why we took the losses was because we forced the trade and we forced the setup, right? So that's just a little lesson for me to learn from. It's all part of trading. You learn from your losses, and it happens, you know what I'm saying? But I will know next time to not force any trades and just wait for my setup, right? So yeah, recently I've been just only taking A+ setups. So for the month, I'm very much in profit. I actually made one of my biggest trading months this month. Made just around $7,000 this month, and normally I make around $5,000 per month, right? So not this month, January, but yeah. So it's a part of the learning, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm profitable, still learn, you know what I'm saying? Even pro traders, we all still learn, because at the end of the day, bro, you're never gonna master the markets, right? But as long as you learn from your losses and become better, then, you know what I'm saying, that's just how trading is, right? So yeah, this is week 1 of February so far. We didn't have the best week, but we're gonna make it back for sure. It wasn't that much of a big loss, but it was a big loss because it put me down a little bit for this week, but it's all good, you know what I'm saying? It's part of trading once again. If you guys want to learn how to trade, click that link in the description below. Take you straight to my Discord, where you can copy my live trades every single day, Monday through Friday. And I also have a one-on-one mentorship where I will personally teach you one-on-one how to trade, how to make money, how to quit your 9-to-5 job, right? So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram at MotionFX and start your trading journey. I'm gonna catch y'all boys in the next video. Peace.